All right, guys, I do have a Tuesday morning editorial for you. Another one that comes out of Chicago. This one is kind of, I guess it's political, but it's definitely deals with the law enforcement and the mayor's office. And I don't know, I was going through stories the other day, and this was like the most, believe it or not, the most interesting one of accountability that I could pull out. But it's kind of a good one in terms of accountability because we ask who's accountable in the police department. And what I mean by that is the mayor accountable to the police department, or does the mayor need to step back, zip it, and let the police chief do his job? I always thought the mayor was the boss. I mean, if you watch In the Heat of the Night, the mayor tells the chief what to do.
But you do need him. Now look here. Suppose he turns up the killer. He has no police powers here. He's going to have to hand him over on a platter, right? That's right. And if he fails, you're off the hook. Because it was Miss Colbert's idea in the first place. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah. Works out all the way around, Bill. For all of us. Excuse me.
Some of the people in the Chicago PD are not happy with Mayor Lori Lightfoot. Let's look at it. Thank you, Chicago Sun-Times, for this story. Fraternal Order of Police President John Catanzara says Mayor Lori Lightfoot and her top aides are calling the shots at the Chicago Police Department, tying the hands of Superintendent David Brown and turning him into kind of a figurehead. Now, remember, David Brown was the former police chief from Dallas, Texas, and now he's in Chicago. Catanzara said, quote, whatever he wants to do is getting cleared through her office first, or it's not getting done. What authority does he really have? His hands are tied. She should stay the hell out of running the police department and let Superintendent Brown run it. If he falls on his face, let him fall on his own face. Pat Mullane, a spokesman for the mayor, said these remarks are not only racist and blatantly disrespectful to his own boss and fellow officers, but also completely irresponsible. We refuse to be a part of a race to the bottom. Now, he says these are not only racist, but blatantly disrespectful. I could see it being disrespectful because she's the mayor. But racist? Why? Because she's a person of color? You can't criticize a person of color because all of a sudden you're racist. I didn't see any racist statements in that. I just seen him upset that she's running the shots, and he says that David Brown is a figurehead. I used to say the same thing about Jason Garrett, Dallas Cowboys. I would say he's just a figurehead. Jerry Jones is calling the shots. You know, I used to say that too about Jason Garrett. So that doesn't make the guy racist. But he is disrespectful to his boss. She's the mayor. Moving on. The latest salvos between the fiery Fraternal Order of Police president and the mayor this week demonstrate the increasing hostility between them over the city budget and negotiations for a new police contract. In an interview, Catanzara also had a warning for the 29 Chicago aldermen who voted last week to pass Lightfoot's $12.8 billion budget, which eliminates 614 police vacancies and includes only $100 million of the more than $300 million needed to cover retroactive pay raises for officers whose contract expired in 2017. Catanzara said, quote, these 29 aldermen who voted for that budget, there isn't a damn one of them that's going to be safe from the 2023 election. That's how it's done. Vote them out if you want. I'm not saying they should. I don't know these aldermen, but that's how you do it. That's America, the political process. David Brown is the retired Dallas police chief who took over the police department April 22nd with the moonshot goal of holding the annual murder total under 300 for the first time in 60 years. Instead, it is Chicago's most violent year in decades, with 716 killings through November 30th. Killings are up 55% from the same period last year, while arrests have plummeted. And then it goes down. There's quite a bit more. There's like 1, 2, 3. That's a long paragraph. 4. There's like 7 paragraphs still that go down. I'm going to put a link to this story in the description box below. If you're interested, you can go read it all. They also they mention Republican Pat O'Brien. So you can go read that. But I just gave you what's going on here is that the Fraternal Order of Police president is upset at Mayor Lori Lightfoot, saying she's involving herself in the police department. She's telling David Brown what to do. But that was a very interesting way to end it on, is that David Brown came in to lower the murder rate. And remember, he was the police chief in Dallas. Remember, Dallas was out of control. I mean, literally out of control. So what does he do? He comes over to Chicago and murders skyrocket to 716 this year, up to November 30th anyway. Still running through December. Don't know how many we're going to get this month. And arrests plummeted. I mean, the guy comes in, I'm going to fix Chicago PD, and it's the worst year ever. I don't know, track record and all. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section below. Community Leo Watch, watching Leos. That's law enforcement officers, to include those fighting with the mayor, from coast to coast.